Kol Halal, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Rachachorash. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. In this epistle, we're going to go into the topic of fearing Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. This is Job chapter 28, verse 28. And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, that is wisdom. All right, we're going to use chat to get the biblical definition of these words. So for wisdom, I know in the Paleo Hebrew, it's hakama, and that goes into skill, godly insight. Right? If we go into the Greek, it's Sophia, meaning broad intelligence. If we go into the Latin, sapientia, which means discernment. So all these extremely positive qualities you would achieve by getting the proper fear of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Right? So in a nutshell, wisdom equals living skillfully in reverence to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai and applying the law to your everyday life. We understand we can't keep all the laws, but what we can do is follow Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, as well as apply as many laws that you can according to your lot. All right, and all right, and going back to Job 28 and 28, so we're going to get the word fear. All right, reverence, awe, holy fear, from the Greek phobos, respect, reverence, from the Latin timor, fear, awe. Right, so the definition is pretty much fear equals reverential awe of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai that leads to obedience. All right, so going back to Job 28, verse 28, reading on, and to depart from evil is understanding. All right, let's get evil and understanding. So evil, bad, calamity, wickedness. The Greek kakon, wicked, harmful, from Latin malam, misfortunate. So pretty much evil equals sin, wickedness, or calamity sent by Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai for judgment, because we know his ways are prophecy and judgment and mercy. All right. So now that we have all those definitions pretty much down, we're just going to read Job 28 and 28 from the top. And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Now we're going to use another scripture to go more in depth into what evil would be. I mean, Slack, not evil, fear. So this is Psalm chapter 34, verse 11. I know that this is a psalm of David, King David. So Psalm 34 and 11, come, ye children, hearken. Hearken meaning listen attentively. Unto me, I will teach you the fear of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. And we're going to jump down to Psalm 34 and 13 to verse 14. And it reads, keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. All right, let's get the word guile. Deceit, fraud, treachery, trickery, deception if we go with the Greek, which is dolos. The Latin is dolus, which is deceit and fraud. So pretty much guile equals deceit, hypocrisy, and dishonesty. So reading from Psalm 34 and 13, once again, keep thy tongue from evil. We already went into evil. And thy lips from speaking guile. Verse 14, depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. And how do we do that in a modern sense? By seeking the King of Peace, among many other positive titles, by seeking Yahushua HaMashiach. All right, now we're going to go to Proverbs 8 and 13. The fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. So we're going to get pride. So pride, in the Paleo-Hebrew, arrogance, swelling. Greek, hubris, arrogance, insolence. Latin, superbia, pride, haughtiness. So pride equals self-exaltation, refusing humility before Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Alright, we're going to get the definition of arrogancy now. So we have arrogance, presumption. Greek, alazoneia, boastfulness, arrogance. The Latin, arrogantia, insolence, presumption. So pretty much arrogancy equals boastful rebellion against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And what's the forward mouth? We have perversity, crookedness. The Greek, scolios, twisted, perverse. The Latin, pravis, crooked, wicked. So the forward mouth equals corrupt, twisted, rebellious speech. Alright, so now that we have the understanding of all those definitions, this is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 13. The fear of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. Alright, so we're going to move over to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Alright, which reads, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And we understand wisdom at a much better scale now. So, pretty much, it's so important. It should be likened unto the most, your number one objective in life, right? You talk to people in the world, they just want to be rich or famous, or some say carnally healthy, or whatever have you, right? Have lots of children, houses, all that carnal shit, right? But what we're reading here in Proverbs 4 and 7, wisdom is the principal thing. Fearing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, having reverence and respect for his ways. Alright, reading on from Proverbs 4 and 7. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. We're going to read the definition of understanding. Alright, discernment, insight. Greek, sunesis, comprehension, discernment. Latin, intelligentia, understanding, perception. So the definition of understanding equals spiritual discernment to know good from evil. So pretty much it's like you become a judge, only instead of judging, let's just use the judges in this world, instead of judging Esau's law, you're judging spirits and principalities, which is on a whole nother scale. All right. All right, so we're going to move down to Proverbs 9 and 10 and close out with that, which reads, the fear of the Lord Yahweh Shai is the beginning of wisdom. So if you want to know how you begin to even want to achieve to get wisdom, it's by fearing Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And the knowledge of his holy is understanding, right? We know holy going into the word Qadash, going into the word separate. So pretty much you're separating yourself from wicked. That's why it says in Job 28 and 28, the bottom part, and to depart from evil is understanding. By departing from evil, you're separating yourself from the wickedness of carnality, the wickedness of this world, the wickedness of the heathen, starting with the main heathen, which is Esau, Edom. So with that, I hope y'all were edified. Shalom.